As someone who consumes copious amounts of gaming YouTube, I am more than well aware of the games that are considered bad within the community, or at the very least severely below expectations. This could be for any number of reasons, such as bad controls, bad story, bad mechanics, or a mix of all three. So I thought for today's video I would go and play a few of these bad games for myself to see what I thought of them. I personally like to buy games people generally consider bad because I'm a curious person who wants to make my own opinion and see what the anti-hype is about. So with that, let's go to the first game on the list. So this is one of the only ones on the list that doesn't have the worst scores, but from my time watching videos, I know this is one that has always been considered at least mediocre. It's one of the last games to come out from the original THQ, and had a myriad of problems throughout its development. And by God, can you tell. The controls are so awkward and hard to use, the difficulty is so inconsistent, and the enemies for some reason can see you straight through the cover, making it so you can't successfully dodge them, because they will see right through you. The one positive I can give it is the story. I really enjoyed the general idea, and the whole beginning cutscene was really well made and put a lot of intrigue to the story. I wouldn't recommend playing through this one, but maybe watch the cutscenes on YouTube. Duke Nukem Forever is the most famous for taking forever to come out, only to release in a half-baked, outdated state that satisfied very few people. This was one of the number one games I wanted to try, and I picked it up a number of months back. Now that I have, I don't see the problem. It may be that my humor is broken, but I thought this game was hilarious from start to finish, trying so hard to take itself seriously while doing anything but at every turn. I love the variety in gameplay with the RC car driving, that is a little awkward, I'll be honest, and the general shooting sections. I really didn't think I'd like this one given what everybody says, but honestly I couldn't have had more of a good time. It felt like I was playing Doom written for high schoolers, which, for all intents and purposes, is exactly what Duke Nukem is as a franchise. I, like many other people my age, grew up with the Wii series of games. Particularly, Wii Play and Sports Resort were my favorites. Music was one of the ones I never owned as a kid, and one that I honestly wasn't aware of until I started watching Nintendo YouTube when I got older. So, once I found it for a few dollars brand new at a thrift store, I figured it was finally time to give this long-berated entry of the Wii franchise a go. This game was just okay. It really tried to do a lot of things, and it only kinda gets there on everything it does. I didn't like that the tutorial was so long, as all I wanted to do was just mess around. The tracking is passable at best, so even if you're really trying, you're bound to mess up on more than one occasion. I could see this being a good game to mess around with as a kid with friends, but if you're older and by yourself, there's very little value in this title. The games are the best thing I could tell you to play. Skip the jams. I'm coming out of this episode surprised. The one game that I expected to be even a little good ended up being my least favorite of the bunch, and the one that I expected to roll my eyes at and hate was my favorite of the group. If you have access to the hardware, I will tell you to try Duke Nukem again with your brain off and no expectations. And if you have the friends, I would actually give Wii Music a try. I really enjoy playing bad games and experiencing them for myself. I would love to make this an ongoing series in time because there are so many games out there that have had bad reputations and I want to play them. What's the worst game you've ever played? Let me know in the comments, and subscribe so you can see more. Thank you for watching.